In a meeting with President Trump on Monday, El Salvador's President Nayib Bukele said it was preposterous to think his country could send back a Maryland man who was wrongly deported by the Trump administration, labeling Kilmar Abrego Garcia a terrorist and saying he has no authority to return him to the United States. Take a listen.
Do you plan to return him?
Well, I'm supposed to not suggesting that I smuggle a terrorist into the United States, right? How can I return him to the United States? Like, I smuggle him into the United States, or what do I do? Of course, I'm not going to do it. It's like, the question is preposterous. How can I smuggle a terrorist into the United States? I don't have the power to return him to the United States.
Trump directed reporters with questions to Attorney General Pam Bondi, who said this about Abrego Garcia's court-ordered return.
First and foremost, he was illegally in our country. He had been illegally in our country. And in 2019, two courts, an immigration court and an appellate immigration court, ruled that he was a member of MS-13 and he was illegally in our country. Right now, it was additional paperwork had needed to be done. That's up to El Salvador if they want to return him. That's not up to us.
Bondi called the incident an international and foreign affairs matter and says the U.S. would facilitate Abrego Garcia's return if El Salvador decides to send him back by providing a plane. Justices Elena Kagan and Ketanji Brown Jackson wrote a statement in reference to the affirmation, writing, "The government's argument, moreover, implies that it could deport and incarcerate any person, including U.S. citizens, without legal consequence, so long as it does so before a court can intervene." Immigrant advocacy group CASA gave a statement about the case, saying they are outraged by the unlawful deportation, describing Abrego Garcia as, quote, an excellent father of 3 children, and arguing the defiance of the court order from the federal government puts his life in danger. The Trump administration reported Abrego Garcia is alive and detained in El Salvador. The new developments in the case of Abrego Garcia come as U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said Sunday another 10 people who he says are gang members were sent to El Salvador in a social media post. Trump also praised Bukele for taking enemy aliens off of the United States' hands and told him Monday he hopes he builds more prisons in El Salvador to help the U.S. in its ongoing mass deportation efforts. For more on this story, you can download the Straight Arrow News app or visit us online at san.com.